These guys are not experts.
And I'm not sure they're even that smart.
They do like video games.
And I guess you could say they're funny.
Sometimes.
Well, they do like to talk.
And they do have opinions.
It's time for Video Game Replays!
Hello, and welcome back to VGR Podcast. My name is Larry. Joining me today is my buddy CJ.
Hey, it's CJ in the building. I'm here. Below me and always below me in all the rankings. Big dog.
Sick Dilf in the building. We got a sick Aiden up in here. You know, just living, being sick. Larry, what you got going on?
I don't know. It's definitely that time of year. CJ faded out into the darkness there. It's cold. It's winter. It's not even winter yet, technically. It's still late fall, but I think most of America's getting their ass chilled off.
Gotta be
yeah.
Early December, isn't it?
Fall?
It's technically fall, yeah. Winter doesn't start
true.
till like a week before Christmas, man.
CJ, he trimmed. That's crazy.
I don't believe this. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, you go ahead and Google that shit and you'll know I'm right, and then we'll keep going. But we're back. We took the week off. We had a good Thanksgiving. I know you guys are there, so I know you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everyone out at home had a good one. So we got a little bit. Hopefully we got something to yak about, what you've been into, what you've been doing. So I'm going to start with you, CJ. What's been going on?
I had some good time off of work. Spent it hanging out with friends and family and eating and drinking and just having a good swell old time. That's it. You know, no other details, I think, really. Just played a little bit of video games, got a projector set up, might take it back because I can't play games on it. Aiden might have been right. Ooh. But other than that, nothing crazy, I don't think. Nothing adventurous here. Aiden, you got me beat, or are you just a dumb slug?
Well, as I may have mentioned, I've been sick. It was one snowy early fall morning, and on the way home from work, I put my second car in a ditch, and it happened to be my mom's car. So yeah, that was fun times. And I had this nice old man, because I had no service. He called the towing company for me, and I also happened to forget my wallet, so I couldn't pay the towing company. So they ended up following me home to my house so I could pay them. So I paid them at my house. Also, an interesting little thing that there couldn't be any funny business going on with the insurance, because somebody passing by decided they wanted to call the police and say we're hurt. So the police came, an ambulance came, all that. And here's a little more context. Also, it made me feel a little better. There's a person that went in the ditch right beside of me, so the roads were bad. So literally 30 seconds after I went in the ditch, somebody else went in the ditch right in front of me. So the towing company had a little double whammy there. Yeah, and the car was on E, out of gas, so I was panicking the whole time. It was not a good time. I didn't have my license, and the police was like, "I need your license," and it's like, "I don't have the license, and this isn't my car." And it was
Yes.
It was a very stressful morning. All this while in 20-degree fall weather, may I add, as I just learned. Yeah, interesting week. Pretty bad stuff. But Thanksgiving was good. Good food, good people, good desserts. I'm also sticking to my diet. I'm close to reaching my first goal that I set out, which was to be 250 pounds. I'm 252 pounds as my last weigh this morning. So,
oh wow, there you go.
I'm close to reaching that first goal. Hey, one of these days I'm going to be a 1XL, and my dreams are going to come true. Larry, do you got anything else to add here?
I don't know. I'm just gonna say that I can't wait for that GL1 shit to come down to a affordable price for big guys like myself, because I think I'm gonna probably pop into it too at some point. It's supposed to be coming around. My insurance is gonna be paying me to do it too. So, let's see here. It's been a minute. I'm trying to think. I just got done with work on the Friday before Thanksgiving. And okay. I'll give you the Reader's Digest on how all my life went after that. My lovely mother, she's an old lady. She likes to play bingo. I went and picked her up on a Friday evening, brought her home, and as I got her out of the car and back to the car, I hear a big old hissing coming out of the back of my car. I'm like, ooh, that's not a good sound. I rolled up to park my car, and now it's gurgling, and now I know exactly what it is I have a flat tire getting ready to happen. Saturday morning, I get up, sure as shit, sitting on the rim. Jack it up, take it, get it plugged, come back. My jack is dead. It will not lift my car anymore. So I had to wake up my neighbor guy, and it's 10:30, so top shelf kind of neighbor. But either way, had to get his help to help me lift up my car high enough I can get the tire back on. And so about noon, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we leave, and this begins my journey into floor repair for my lovely wife. Starting at 1 o'clock on Saturday, we went to Lowe's. We spent 4 hours at Lowe's buying flooring and subflooring and all the good things that come with that. Came home, ate some food, and I began the manual labor of tearing out floor, replacing floor, which stretched into Sunday. My Bears beat the Steelers. Go Bears. And spent the rest of the day tearing up floor and doing all that shit until about 9, 10 o'clock at night. Double checked with my buddy CJ over here. And
Professional floor layer.
oh yeah, man, I'll be there 8 o'clock. I like make it 9. You're out having fun. Okay, that's cool. Appreciate it. So about 9 o'clock in the morning, me and my father-in-law get started on this floor. No CJ. But either way, we spent some time working on that. I think, would you get in there about 10, 10:30?
10:30 for sure. Yeah, an hour and a half late. Nothing
Either
crazy.
way. No, he showed up probably one of the better times. Like I said, first part would have been a lot more standing around, but yeah, we spent till 5 o'clock that day working on that.
I'd say about when it was getting dark. Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely a 9 to 5. So we ended up relaying the floor in my kitchen and my dining room. My wife is happy. She did notice that the lines were off, but she didn't say anything to me until today. So I at least got almost a week without.
There we go. Yeah, as I said, it's big. More than a week.
Yeah,
that was more than a week.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, there we go.
So fuck yeah. So positive winning.
Yeah.
But either way, that happened. I didn't really get done with all of my stuff until about Tuesday evening. Putting down not subflooring, but quarter round, all that happy shit. It's done, and with that being done, that allowed me to go and help CJ coach some basketball this year.
Yeah, the boys are back in town.
We had Thanksgiving. Wednesday was good. Thursday was good. Friday was pretty good.
Friday was a good
Saturday.
Hey, Friday. Bears again. Friday beat the Eagles.
Hey, yes, we did beat them.
I did not
World
expect
Championship Eagles. Yeah. Now all we can do is get through the Packers, and I can just be happy. I'll finally maybe give in. But I'll fast forward to Saturday. CJ says, "Hey, we gotta go to a meeting." I go to this meeting, and I park my car, and I turn to make sure that this truck was able to back out. Turn my head, look on the other side of the car, and about 1/4 of my foot lands on the curb. The other 3/4 does not, and I roll my ankle. I roll into the fucking road, and I scratch up my knee. I've twisted my ankle. And I hobble my old ass into there, and a couple of my buddies like, "You need to go to the hospital." I'm like, "I ain't going to fucking hospital." It's like, "You're the age, you need to go to the hospital. Check on that shit." It's like, I walked in here, I'm fine. So, but needless to say, that was how that went. And then we had a draft that went okay, and then we had our first practice, and CJ made me fucking side shuffle with a twisted ankle, asshole. So,
No,
in the short, that's. Yeah, okay. I need you fucking do this. Show these kids how to do this. I need you to rub it down this court. It's like, dude, you asshole. Actually, no, it wasn't even that. It was like the weaving drill.
You had your pants. Yeah, you had your pants on. I couldn't see the ankle or the knee scratched up, so it just didn't even hit me. Used to seeing this guy with his pants off. You know what I mean?
This is true. This is how we usually roll. But outside of that, been playing some Vampire Survivors. I opened it up again. I finally started working on some DLC. That game is it's not hard. It's just hard to figure out what you got to do to get all this fucking shit unlocked, and it's just all that. But I did start playing that again. I started playing an old train game on the PC. which I working on trying to get something knocked out with that too. A lot of stuff going on in the background, but the holidays are getting in the way, so we'll see how all that works out. But I know you guys went short, but I'll ask you again, did you play any video games, CJ? Did you play anything besides the game of the week?
I think Aiden and I definitely touched a little bit of Arc Raiders. Aiden put me on. It's kind of cool. It reminded me actually when you were talking about Vampire Survivors, because the game's not necessarily super difficult. It's just there's a lot to learn in it. And as you all know, I'm a slow learner, so Aiden's picking up on a lot of that. He's being my Wikipedia there. Played maybe a game or two of Valorant. I lost my brother in the new 2K like 3 times. It was the first times I played it. It just demolished me. It was embarrassing in front of my mother.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Other than that, I actually have, I think, most nights that I will say most nights that I could 100% willfully get in bed by my own choosing over the break, I played Tetris almost every night before bed. So I don't know why. I get that itch, man. I get that itch, and I got to play some Tetris.
So he played Tetris one time.
5 minutes.
A couple. But yeah, that's my video game life. Aiden, I know you probably only played Arc Raiders and nothing else because you love the game so much.
I do love Arc Raiders, and when CJ says he played Arc Raiders, he's like level 3. He's played like 3 games, so
okay, that's
played is a little bit of a stretch, but I've been playing that game a lot. It's pretty much the only game I've been playing. Other than that, yeah, I really, other than the game of the week here, I've played little Arc Raiders. I think played like a game or two of Valorant with C. Not a whole lot else.
You might have been right. I have a total of 3 played hours, so maybe you're right.
Yeah, I think I have like 40.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time with basketball, getting the league set up.
Just a quick programming note. We'll mention it again later. We're going to spread out the next several games over a time period of 2 weeks. We may have some extras. We may have some shorts, something in between them, but we're going to spend extra time because we got some longer games coming in. So I just wanted to at least make everybody aware of that. So we appreciate you on that. But let's talk about the question of the week. I've been sitting on this one here for a minute. And I think it's pretty good for maybe for the game of the week, but also just life in general and where we're at. So the backstory is there was this ad that they were talking about, and I can't remember the name of it because I didn't write that part down, but I did at least remember the general idea was Granny AI. And that's like Granny, like grandma, grandmother AI. And the idea is that you take a person, you put them in front of a camera, and I don't remember if you have to have them read something or just talk for 15 minutes. But basically, this gives enough data to this company to where they can take the tones, the voice, the look, and behavior and create an AI that you could have to talk to you forever. And basically, they said use grandma to do that. Way grandma will always be there so you can ask her. So, I'll propose it to the crowd. If you could convince anyone that's still alive today to do that for you, would you do that? Yeah. Yeah, it's a little perplexing on the idea. And like I say, basically all it is, we'll just say for purposes, have them read a book at 15 minutes in front of a camera. That way you could talk to them forever, even after they're gone.
It's gonna be a relatively short answer, but I don't think I would. I think after a loved one is gone, I just would not see that. I would see the AI as a phony. It's always going to be fake. Like it's not going to have that human connection. I don't think I would. Yeah.
I think I'm kind of siding with you. This reminds me back to the cloning a dog thing that I believe we might have just talked off pod at one point, but I love my dog so much, and if I had the money, I probably would clone my dog. But man, it'd be weird to just know that that's not actually my dog. You know what I mean? I think I'd feel similar here, to where it would almost mess up my head too much. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it'd almost mess with me too much. Like, I think I'm out. I think I'm out. I hit the red buzzer. No for me.
Okay. Well, I can't say I'm surprised we all fall on the same concept of it. I mean, I know part of the sale is like the more you talk to it, the better it's going to get at being able to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's AI, it's going to learn and all that kind of shit. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't think that it'd be good for my own personal mental health to try to talk to someone who's not there, even if it's like, I guess because we're just not that well versed in the video chat behavior of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the only person I still have in my life that would even be any consideration with would be my mom, and one I would just like to, I guess if nothing else, my mom being a little Asian woman. Let's see how good your AI really is, because she says some fucked up shit. I love you, mom, but broken English mixed with some Thai and a little bit of what the hell did that come from? It's going to test the boundaries of this AI system. But yeah, I mean it's a weird concept. So with that idea, and I'd say like I imagine we were kind of all hit that same base. Do you guys think that this actually though will be profitable and be something that a lot of people will buy into?
Yeah, for sure.
I
For
think
sure.
so.
I think, yeah. I think
It's a
a
little
lot of
dystopian to
people,
me.
yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people in your age range, Larry, might be kind of getting into that. I think some people I've noticed, at least, people that I know with or family friends and stuff, I notice that when they lose one parent or grandparent, they typically kind of get closer with their significant other or whoever, their other parent or their other grandparent. So I could see almost people then, I guess all ages, but people at that point maybe is when I think they really would make money into it, is when one grandparent or one parent dies. I think they'd almost kind of panic and buy into it and get it for the other one, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts. I
Yeah.
think there's money in this.
Also, not to get too philosophical on the question of the week here, but I mean there's a beauty in death almost, for like human life wouldn't be as valuable to us if you lived forever. The fact that it does come to an end kind of keeps its value. Trying to like
Mm.
prolong that ending, feel like just lessens the connection you had with them interpersonally.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Again, exactly. That's why we kind of came back to the same conclusion. But I guess being the old guy, and I'm like, you damn kids, and you're all finagled Twitter snaps and your AI chatting bots and all that kind of weird shit. I mean, there's stories in the news currently about kids who look to Chat GPT to give them answers in regards to, I'm feeling depressed, what should I do, and those kind of things. So
Yeah.
I'm concerned that there is a generation of that, but I also think the same ones who are willing to openly talk with these AI bots and all that kind of shit aren't the same ones who are really looking to keep a connection with a person.
Yeah. I
That's
personally
fair.
I use it almost more of like an advanced Google, like saying like how long should I cook these potatoes for, like stuff like that, like or what should I do? My PC's doing this. What should I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely it's the thought of having a loved one making your loved one an AI and talking to them definitely is a weird thing to do, in my opinion. It feels weird.
Well,
Yeah.
that's kind of like I say, I thought it was disturbing, just the idea of it, and the folks that I had heard talk about it, they kind of went on that same side too. Of course, they're older in my age group that were talking about such things. I wanted to see how you guys being a little younger than I was, to see, what's your thoughts and opinions on it. But I'm concerned. Like I say, I know there's probably 5 to 10 years younger than you guys that will probably be a thing, and it's just going to be really weird and disturbing that will happen. I think if we're able to get the ability to have holograms on a
Star
or
Wars
not on
level.
a consumer level, yeah, it's going to be even worse as a possibility for it. So I am worried about that. But as I said, this does have a little frequency to lead into what our game of the week is in regards to evolution. So let's get into it. Let's talk about EVO, the search for Eden. This episode of Video Game Replay is brought to you by Phantom Shield VPN, the only VPN that takes your privacy as seriously as you do. Let's be honest, the internet's basically a dark alley with horny cats and Wi-Fi. Every click, every search, every late night deep dive in Rule 34 Sophia Petrillo someone's watching. Your internet provider, your applications, maybe your cat. Definitely your cat. I think she's embarrassed too. But not if you're using Phantom Shield VPN. Phantom Shield VPN encrypts your data using military grade technology, which basically means that it will work some of the time. Maybe. With Phantom Shield VPN, you can browse privately, stream anything from anywhere, and pretend to be from a country you've never even heard of, all while knowing your information isn't being sold to the highest bidder. Because let's face it, you're worth more than 12 cents of ad revenue. And right now, listeners of Video Game Replay get 85% off, plus your first 3 months free. That's almost a full season of lying low on the grid while you Google things like John Stamos shirtless. Go to phantomshieldvpn.com/VGRpod and use our code SHOCKER at checkout. That's phantomshieldvpn.com/VGRpod, code SHOCKER, because being invisible online shouldn't require a tinfoil hat. Stay private, stay safe, stay off those websites you shouldn't be on, all with Phantom Shield VPN.
At the time of this recording, Phantom Shield VPN is not a real product, nor is it a website. The offer included in the previous message is real, as 30% of zero is still zero, and since it doesn't cost anything, 3 months of free is a valid offer. This is a parody. It is not a paid promotion of Phantom Shield VPN, which is not a real product or website.
EVO, Search for Eden. It's released in Japan in December of 1992, North America in June of 1993. This was developed by a company named Almanac and published by Enix, famous for Square Enix, a lot of the Final Fantasy stuff we see today, a lot of games. This is considered an action platformer, but it does have a RPG element and maybe even be considered an early action RPG. But the gist of the game, about 4.6 billion years ago, the sun had 9 smaller stars and named the third one Gaia. The sun randomly declares that every 1 billion years from now, Gaia will have children called life, and one of them will be able to help her build a new era. I hate that word so much. Each child must endure a difficult trial, but the trial is necessary. It's a test of nature, the survival of the fittest. If he passes the trials, the sun will allow this survivor to be the partner of Gaia and enter Eden. And basically through this, you have to traverse 5 different eras to complete the game. You start off basically as a fish in the world before land era. Then you enter early creatures of land, the age of dinosaurs, the ice age, and then finally you must tackle the early man era. And basically you play through that and you see whether or not you're worthy of, I guess, being the eternal partner of Gaia. So it's a little weird, a little convoluted, but I'll start with you, Aiden. What's your first thoughts on this?
First thoughts on this. I actually love the concept of this game. I think it's very interesting. The mechanics, they felt a little stiff compared to some of the other games that we played recently. But I love the concept. I like the progression system personally. The graphics look fine, but I mean we'll get deeper into our opinions here later. But first opinions is I really like the concept.
Yeah,
How about you, C?
I mean, yeah, I agree. First impression, I'm actually super glad I didn't make the mistake I was about to make. When I first booted this up on my platform of choice, for some reason I was just having audio issues, just no audio, and then I finally got it for like a sliver of a second. So I was like, let me X out, let me just redo the whole thing. So glad I did. This was like a movie-esque intro, which was super cool to me. It slides up onto the screen. The way the music's like, fucking here we go. Like it was that got me pretty excited. I genuinely did not know what this game was about at all until I first opened it up, didn't look at a picture, didn't look at anything. I genuinely thought it would be... I heard EVO, and for some reason I went Samus suit in my head, so I was thinking of something along those lines. Don't know why. And I don't know. It definitely caught me off guard. Like I said, movie-esque. Aiden said a lot. The concept's sweet. This is a cool concept. I wouldn't hate this concept as a new game now either, kind of thing. Which I think saying something for, something that came out in 93, I'd like to almost see like a more of this genre in a way at a more advanced 2025, 2026 state. But yeah, I won't get too deep into it. I will say, guy was smoking, dude. I'll say it. I'm just gonna be the guy to say it.
I want to know why it is from the pre-movie she went from being a molten planet, much like the planet Earth, even though the game called it a star, to basically being a smoking hot, blue-haired freak.
Water
You know?
babe.
I will say
guess,
she is 14, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
14
I saw
billion
you
years
guys-
old or something. I don't know.
I saw you guys' face drop. CJ's was like,
Dude, my mustache disappeared, dude.
I remember, I remember seeing this the first time back in 93, 94. And yeah, I felt the same. Like, what is this? What's going on? I'm intrigued by this concept. Um, being a kid raised in the Catholic school, Catholic church system, evolution it was naughty. It was very, very naughty. So, playing a game with it was almost like playing a porn game to me. So it was definitely something out there. But yeah, the concept came out really weird and all that. I'll take a second. I'll go back. I found a little history on this. Of course, as I do, I dig into this shit a little bit more than I should. This is actually the Japan version is a whole different thing. It's actually brought out on the computer. So this is technically a port of a Evolution game, and graphic wise, it's so much more basic than this. Actually, I don't even think this EVO is a port. There's a older version which they had on the Japanese computer system, and it was more about actually evolution. Basic concepts were the same there. You eat other animals, you gain the experience. You change over to something else, but I guess it was more close to names and different things. A little closer to learning than it was game, so I think the evolution changeover probably helped this side a little bit better. But yeah, I'm with you. It's a level of creativity we don't see in video gaming anymore, and that's I think part of why, like I say, I think I enjoyed to bring this out front. But Aiden, you mentioned graphics. Hey, elaborate.
I don't think the graphics were horrible. I think for the time they were actually pretty good. I feel like the atmosphere, how the different levels or different eras progressed. The background looked really good, and all the mobs. Obviously, before the time, a lot of the mobs were like they're like kind of made up or not made up, but not any animals we're used to seeing today. If not, I really like the little like when you do an evolution, it actually changes your character. That's very interesting. That was really cool. Uh, the yeah, I don't the graphics weren't bad. To me, they were a little stale, slightly stale, but they weren't bad at all. I will say I didn't make it crazy far into this game. I think reached like the beginning of chapter 3, which is around the dinosaur times.
Okay.
But for what I did see, the boards look good. They helped the atmosphere. You could kind of tell where you were. The mobs look good. I like when you did an evolution, it changed your actual character model. Yeah, I don't have a ton of complaints about the graphics whatsoever. See, do you got the same opinion here? I'm guessing.
No. Yeah, a lot of the same stuff. I did watch a couple different YouTube videos in between my first initial play and me coming back to it before we potted up. I didn't realize how many different like variants that there really were. I didn't realize how deep this really went. Like, I thought that's really impressive for a game in the '90s. Like that's cool. Kind of part of me wishes you could almost see what you would have got to before you click it, but it is what it is. Won't harp on it too bad there. I noticed a little bit of bog down, specifically a bunch of mobs on the screen, but it's not too terribly uncommon. I know, like the volcanoes when they erupted, if you had any mobs in the area, I typically got a lot of bog down, but it wasn't like unplayable bog down. It was minor. I like the movement a little bit. I know Aiden kind of mentioned it was a little stiff in comparison. The one thing, once I did find out the double tap in one direction, like the sprint, I guess, and stuff, that was awesome. I didn't know that existed for good 20-25 minutes. That was cool. Made it feel smoother in that regard. But I can agree with Aiden again with the mobs and stuff. Mob variety and design was awesome. I think we do see a lot of games around this time where it's almost like, oh, you have the Goomba that's blue on this level, and now the Goomba is red. But it felt very different than that, you know what I mean? So it was kind of nice to actually see some variety. And I'll have to agree with Aiden again. Watching the motherfucker morph and evolve is badass. It was cool. So overall, yeah, I
Well,
mean, it looked and played really, really well. So
I'm with you on that. Like I say, I think that's part of why where you Aiden, you'll say that some of it seems like it's kind of not like over the top kind of stuff is because I think
mhm.
that all the variety of options you had, you got a new mouth, you got a whole different set of teeth and jaws. You got dorsal fins, legs,
A tail
tails,
fin.
size. Like I say, some of them you can get bigger,
Mm.
make it bigger or smaller. Um, I'll admit on this playthrough myself, I didn't even get as far as you did on the dinosaur one. I tried, I really did. It's just, um, it's. I think I've been farthest. I've made it to a point where I became a human when I played this many years ago on a device of my choice at that time. Uh, but there's a lot of, like you say, varieties, options. I mean, there's probably 60 million different combinations of things that you could end up doing, and that's just on each era because you go from being a fish to a land creature to a dinosaur. In the dinosaur one, you could choose whether you want to stay a land animal or become a bird, which causes a whole spin off of shit.
I didn't make it. I think
So
I made it. I didn't really get to play to the dinosaur level. I literally just made it to the dinosaur screen, and I was like, I'll call it there.
and like I said, it was good with that. You brought up mobs. I'll touch on that. I did like some of the variety that was in that. I like the bosses too. It kind of they fit. We'll put it that way. There was one king shark. There was a king bee, which that's why I didn't get far. I didn't evolve enough to be strong enough to beat that bee, and I didn't want to grind that much. So there's a lot in that, and but I think they kept. I don't think this was a game based off of look at our graphics. It was definitely more of a here's a crazy idea, and these graphics will work. So
Yeah.
yeah, mid tier
Uh,
on the graphics side of it, but back to the original idea of just how original and crazy the thought of this whole damn game is. I think that balances that out. I went through. I didn't listen too much to that soundtrack. I did take some time to stop and like pay attention to what I was hearing, because I know you called us out last time if it wasn't something that we were iconically or nostalgically tied to that we didn't give it too much appreciation. This had very orchestrated type music, much like you'd find in Final Fantasy.
yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
that that
Agree.
that opening crawl is very cinematic. It brings you right into this whole um, big universe that you're getting ready to crawl in through. And then every era, which again I hate that fucking word, level or whatever, is it brought you into where you were. I did think like when you first hit the grasslands after you became an amphibian, it got a little country. I don't know if country's the right word. Like it felt like a little bodunky. But again, it made you feel like, oh, here I'm a new guy checking out this new land. So I don't know. I think the music side was fair. The sounds were decent. The chomping sounded good. You got any strange opinions on that? See?
Actually, I'm glad Final Fantasy kind of came to mind. What really hit me, it felt Star Wars esque, and you all know how I feel about Star Wars. Um, it's awesome. The soundtracks in Star Wars are great. It did orchestrated was a really good word. I mean, it feels very performative. Like everything, it almost feels like what you would find in like a play or something. Every song and sound was placed very well, which I think is something up to this point I haven't really looked at as much. Like it's like, oh, it's good music that goes along good with the scene, but this felt like it felt more movie esque. Like I mentioned in the intro, even it almost felt like a movie that you're playing through. So I definitely appreciated it. I don't remember. I can't think of it. It was stuck in my head there for a minute, but now I don't remember any of it because whatever. But there was one that really reminded me of the ending scene in A New Hope where they're getting their medals and stuff from Star Wars. There's one song that just reminded me. It just felt like a triumphant hero kind of big story. I liked it all. It was very.
Was it after you beat the shark? Did you beat the shark?
I did not beat that fucking shark, dude. That shark beat me to a pulp. I'll touch base on that later, but it might have
Okay.
been just early on. It might have been like one of the things where you were first getting going because I remember thinking it quickly and I scribbled it down on my little sticky note of episode 4. Said chicken scratched it, but I knew, but I would know what it meant. But
Yeah,
yeah, I liked it
nice.
a lot. I thought it was movie esque, very thematic. Back me up, Dilf. Back me up,
I
Dilf.
I agree to some respects. I do think half of me was expecting you to say this is based off an anime, uh, because I feel like this would really kind of work well as an anime. I mean, it could be. I don't know. But yeah, I agree. This was to me one of those things where the tracks weren't kind of like standalone hits, like something like a Mega Man. It kind of reminded me as a Donkey Kong, where each like soundtrack it played well with its environment, and it kind of it made you feel like you were in that environment. Like when you finally go on land, the music gets in your this little derpy thing. The music kind of gets derpy, like almost like kind of Mario esque. But when you're in like a boss, it's like epic sound. It's not a soundtrack that on its own like you ever listen to by itself, but in the game, I feel like it complements its environment very well.
So you wouldn't buy the EVO Search for Eden LP?
No, I would not, but I do think the soundtrack is good for what it's trying to give you.
I'm glad you said that because I couldn't imagine what the price of the soundtrack would be when I looked up the price of the game. Just to get a used cartridge right now, based on pricecharting.com, I think is roughly $270. Go ahead and try to find a complete unopened new sealed copy. There's 2 sales in the last like 20 years listed on that website, and they're both in the $3,000 territory. They said like a complete new whole full set, unfucking touched, unscathed, can sell upwards of $20,000. So there you go. So get your hands on this however you may choose in a different fashion. It's just I'm glad you said that. I really wanted to bring that up. So if you want the soundtrack, Aiden, if you got $150 to fork up, you could probably buy it.
Like I said, I do have the original cartridge. I was going to dig it out, but if I actually showed y'all where it was buried, you'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't get that shit out either, just to show anyone. So sorry. I had pondered the idea, and I guess we'll touch a little bit on this here. I do want to talk about gameplay because I don't think we get a whole lot of that in there a lot when we talk about this. And I think this is something that may either fall into our next category or not. But again, you go around, you eat other creatures. It's survival of the fittest, so basically kill as much as you can, eat their meat, gain experience points, which then allows you to evolve. I felt that this was rather grindy, which I would put in, like say, probably being my least favorite part of this game. I don't know how far you can get without grinding, but like I said, I think it showed itself when I was fighting the bee today at work, or on my break at work. But either way, it just I needed to get the top armor for the dinosaur, I think, or the lizard that I was, and it was like 5,000 points. And based off of what I was doing, I would have been 500 kills, and I'm like, I'm not killing 500 of these damn little bees to get there. So, just wasn't going to go. And actually, I'll bring it up too that the when you die,
yes, dude. Oh my god.
Strangely, Gaia will break the rules and bring you back because apparently she's got a crush on you or some shit. She likes the little lizard looking things. But she takes half your damn experience points.
She's a fucking gold digger, bro. She's a gold digger. God, dude, that pissed me off so fucking bad. You have no idea. Oh my god, that shit was pissing me off.
No, I think that's like I was making the attempt to grind to get the best armor, and I was like up like 2,800 points. It needs 5,000, and I just got fucking destroyed by like 6 bees, and yeah, I had to come back and I had like 11, 12 something. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was just like, yeah, I don't know, but I don't know, Aiden. What do you got about this? Gameplay gripes? Anything rings out to you?
Gameplay gripes. The combat felt a little stale to me. It definitely felt like sometimes the hitboxes were like just not there, and sometimes I just get comboed and hit 5 times, even though I'm spamming the attack button before I even hit them once. Yeah, and when I'm fighting bosses, I kind of felt that especially. One gameplay thing, which I don't know if you guys figured this out. I'm as you know, the master gamer here, but I figured out when I was fighting the shark, I was definitely underleveled. But how I beat him without going back and grinding, I would attack the shark a ton, and then do one small evolution I haven't used yet, and it would fully heal my HP. So I'd have like 800 coins. I'd spend like 50 coins and fully restore my HP. So that's how that's how I beat the shark there. But overall, it did feel grindy though. I noticed that when I on the first land level, when you get to that first little derpy boss that kind of like jumps on you and spits acid. I did notice, I was like, because I just was like running through the levels, and I wasn't really gaining that much XP. And I noticed like, whoa, I've like leveled him one time, and this guy's kicking my ass. I kind of had to go back and farm some more XP. It definitely was grindy. It is like kind of a grindy type of game with any experience points. You're kind of gonna have that. It's like that with Elden Ring too, to a degree. If you're fighting a boss that's really hard, you can always go to a different area and then farm a bunch of people, level up, and then go back fight the boss. It's a little easier. You're kind of always going to have that, so that's not a major gripe with me. My biggest gripe with it is the combat. It felt a little stale to me at times, for sure. See, I'm guessing you got the opposite opinion of me.
Not the opposite. I will say my biggest downfall due to the way I like to play the way I'm forced to play games is normally by trial and error. And when you're just trying to figure some shit out, and every time you get mogged for half your cash and your experience, it's really fucking hard to figure out, man. I thought I was like maybe just a little bit behind, and I'm like, okay, I'm not that far behind. And then I would die, and then I was almost there, so whatever. I just grind some fucking more. Just grind some fucking more. Just grind. Oh, okay. Finally grinded enough just to make it to the sharks that want to gangbang me underwater 8 fucking times, 8 bites at a time, and I can't even do anything. I get away from one shark, get hit by another, and I just lost everything I just worked fucking 30 minutes for. And holy shit. My desk can tell you. If anybody can tell you, my desk can. There might be 2 fucking imprints of my fist just Donkey Konging on the desk, dude. I was getting so irritated about it. I didn't have a way to abuse any save points because my save files were messing up. I didn't have any way to use the switch cheat and hold down the bumpers and slide back before I died. So I was just getting fucking angry, dude. 10-year-old TJ would have been pissed. Yeah, she might be hot, dude, but like most of the hot ones, just a gold digger. You know what I mean? Like that's what Gaia was. She pissed me off. She wouldn't bust it.
I think it was more the flowing hair that didn't move. That was just, it's mesmerizing. But
yeah.
Also that blue grip, that's gotta be something. But
PGR fans, go Google Blue Waffle after the episode. But as bad as parts of those were, concept has to be top tier. Like I said from the jump, concept wise, this is something I would love to see in a more modern format with maybe a little less. I needed to go find a manual. This would be a really cool concept to revisit in one of these new like 85 gigabyte games that you have to download. Like I cannot imagine if they made this like, I'll say Skyrim-esque because I refuse to say the devil words. But if you made this like a Skyrim-esque title, or something like that, I could imagine this being a really good fun time. Of course, I'd just basically build on what you have here. I think it'd be really cool. The concept is awesome. The music, very complimentary to the game. It sucks for me because I'm a shit brain and I couldn't comprehend it. But the amount that you could vary in your upgrades and evolutions is really fucking cool. Like they could have easily slopped you into you are a fish. Now you're a little bit better of a fish, and now you are a little lizard, but now you're a slightly bit, like they could have easily done that, especially being in 92, 93, like kind of what I would think. So to have as much as you did in a game, awesome to me. That's how I feel.
Oh, you're gonna dab or some shit.
Yeah,
Had to golf
a
so
little
bad.
little ending dab on your speech there. No, I agree. I would probably say most enjoyable part about this game is the concept and the progression. 2 favorite parts of this game. I kind of agree with CJ saying I would like if there's like a modern like kind of anime about this. It's kind of a really cool concept going on. And very unique to kind of any other game that we've played so far on the channel. I love the progression. I love the upgrades. The soundtrack was complimentary. The graphics were fine for what it was. My only gripe about this game was the combat felt a little stiff. But yeah, concept, progression, it all felt all top notch to me. I don't have anything that crazy stands out for me, but if I had to pick something, I'll pick the concept and the progression. Like I said, Lear, you got something else to say that we didn't already cover here?
Um, I want to say you guys definitely at least picked up on why I wanted to play this. This is unique to no end. I don't very rarely could I ever think that there was anything like this. But you guys kept saying something, and my brain kept clicking and clicking and clicking. And there actually is. There's a game that's much like this. Uh, it's released. It's probably been almost 15 years ago. I actually just looked it up. It goes for $30. The whole complete collection on GOG right now. It's called Spore, and it's almost the
Sounds
same.
familiar.
It's almost the same concept. You start out as a amoeba, and you have to grow up to a point where you're basically going to take over the land.
I have
Um,
seen this.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's in that, and like I say, I don't know if we'll ever have the opportunity to cross it, but with that in mind, I don't know. You guys might end up with a gift card so you can have the availability to play it. Just since you seem like you're down with it, it's a much better deal. It's made by the same guy who strangely made Sim City, Will Wright. There you go. Look at that. Found that around.
Interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, it holds. I think it holds a lot more nostalgia for me than anything. And I think, like I say, it's just so radical in its ability to say, here's a concept that you can grow through. Look at all the variables that you can have, and just play it in a different way. It's mid road on it, so I guess without being able to really go any further than just saying my real final thought on it is, it's a good game with good concept, which I think we all three agree on. Graphic wise, you're not mad at it because of how it gives you all the different things. Soundtrack wise, it's good stuff to listen to considering the age of it. I would like to try myself to go back and see if I could find the Japanese computer one. But from watching the video I can recall watching, it wasn't it was in Japanese, and I don't do good at Japanese, so I don't speak Japanese too good. How about you, A? What's your final thoughts?
Final thoughts, just to kind of retell everything I was kind of saying here. This game it's a solid game. It's nothing personally that I would put in my top games all time, but it was a fun play. Like Larry said, it was we'd almost probably consider it an RPG, kind of a platform RPG. The progression felt really satisfying to play through. The graphics weren't offensive at all, but they weren't standing out. The soundtrack was complimentary. The concept was awesome and very unique compared to pretty much all of the other games that we've played so far. Overall, this was a good game. I enjoyed it. I don't have a ton of gripes about it. Like I said, my biggest gripe was the gameplay, or the combat felt a little stiff, especially with the bosses. It kind of felt like you'd get comboed out of nowhere and have no chance to respond half the time, and half the time they kind of just sit there and let you bite them. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I don't have a whole lot new to say that I haven't already said, so I'm pass it on to CJ up here. Are you done with your coughing fit? You can give us your final thoughts here.
I think I'm alive. That's been happening all week. Honestly, yeah, I think we all obviously agree. The concept is the heavy hitter in this game. It's something super unique, super cool, very, very polished for very polished for the time for what it is. Like you all both said, music's cool. It goes along with it. I liked it a lot, but I don't think I would listen to it solo. But yeah, I mean, best way to put it really is this is a great idea that they capitalized on, kind of in to me, a shocking way for when they did. Kind of wish that there would be more in the genre other than the two that we know of now. So this is it was a fun thing to get into. It was definitely, like I said, I expected something different. So I do like going in blind, and this is kind of one of the reasons. If I would have looked it up at first, I don't know that I would have been so shocked and blown away kind of thing. But to me, this is a sushi, man. This is a sushi. if you had to put food to it. This is, every time you go back up to that counter, you could get something different. It's probably all going to be fish based at first, but throw a little crab in there, a little land action, throw a little veal in there, throw a little baby calf action in there. We're evolving here, something different, but you got the same ingredients. You got the rice, you got the seaweed most of the time. I think sushi's the go-to food here. Back me up, Larry. Is this a sushi?
Well, that comes from a guy who did make off the first level, so yeah, sushi makes all the sense in the world. I'm going to
My
expand
fault.
that though. I'm going to expand this a little bit. I'm going to say it's more of a highway Chinese buffet. And when I say a highway Chinese buffet, it's not the one that you go to that you're familiar with. It's just the one that's there because nobody in the car can agree on what the fuck they want. So here's a world of variety, and it's not going to be the best buffet you ever had. You might have to work through a little bit of it because the stuff you want, it's going to take a little bit more than you want to give, but you'll find some good things at it and you'll be impressed. But it's definitely there because nobody can agree on what they want exactly. And I think variety is the spice of life, much like this game might be. Aiden?
Motherfucker's cooking, bro. Good luck following that up, bad boy.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't really have a food in mind. I don't really know.
We're just ruining this guy's day.
I know.
Call him off blind.
Yeah, you can find my option at your option. So
I do like Larry's buffet thing. I'm kind of feel like I got to piggyback off him a little bit here, but it was really making sense what he's saying. It's enjoyable. You know what you're getting when you come there. It's not offensive, but sometimes you got to grind a little bit. You got to work. You got to wait your turn to get to buffet. You're getting your own food. You gotta. It's not being served to you. You got to grind. Get around to people. Yeah. Get your own food. Serve yourself up. So I think
get a little something different this time because they're all out of the fried rice. You got to get the noodle this time.
You got to get the noodles. That's what it is. If you want some fish, get some fish. Want some chicken, get some chicken. Want some beef, get some beef. You get variety. I like what Larry's saying here. A little dinosaur. Oh, isopod, sea cucumber, whatever you want.
By the end of it, you're going to feel like a human that can't do much. So it all works out pretty well.
Damn, Larry's cooking.
I'll touch that base again real quick on that. Many years ago, when I played this, probably the last time, and sat down and gave it, just dedicated time, I'm playing this. I got to the point where I became a human. And I don't know if that was the right answer because I know one of the walkthroughs I'd watched played. I see how it ended, how they did it with the human. They never became a human, so I don't know if that's the right thing to do. But you are basically so fucking weak against everything in this. It's just like, I don't know. But that's what I can remember of it. But it was one of those, I've got nothing else going on. I generally pick a long game, play through the winter, and this is probably one of them that hit towards the end of it. And I decided I was going to try to find the end of this game, and I did not. I evolved to a human, and I could not get enough evolution stuff to go back. But I will say, obviously, I do recommend this as a game to give a shot to, however you can get your hands on it. If you got to, beat someone up and steal their credit card so you can order it off of eBay, don't do that. But there are ways to find this and play it, obviously. But that's why I brought it to the forefront. I recommend it because I think it's an experience that makes it good. Aiden, how about you?
I would recommend this game. It's a solid game for all the reasons I've given before. It's a really cool, interesting concept. There are some newer games that touch on it, as Larry was pointing out here. We figured out. I mean, kind of see where that came from. The first evolution of that type of game. It's a really cool experience. If I had to label this game, I would label it as an experience that you're playing. You're playing the story. It's a really cool concept. But you can kind of tell there is some age to it. This game was made in the early 90s. You can kind of tell. Just keep that in mind. But it's a really fun experience to play, and I'd probably play it again, to be honest. I might touch on it later sometime. See, you got a different opinion here. What do you think?
No, I agree. I think experience is a good word. Like I mentioned 8 times now, it felt movie-esque. So I think you should pick it up. It's a good experience nonetheless. No Aiden harped on the combat and stuff, but still good experience. I do want to come back and play it again. I want to maybe after I watched a couple different parts of some walkthroughs. Seems like I probably should have evolved differently. So I think I might take a stab at doing that instead of being like, dude, I could have one of the coolest fucking fins right now and just buy the coolest fin and nothing else. Might go back and try a couple different options. I know
Upgrade the jaws, man. That's the secret. Upgrade the jaws.
Okay. I saw one playthrough where the dude got the little lantern thing as the fish, and you could kind of like zap them. That seemed mad helpful. So that's on my to-do list. So yeah, I definitely would play it again. It was cool.
Sorry, you as soon as you said that made me think of a gripe that came to that.
I think I agree.
The one gripe, and you don't because you didn't get this far.
Oh,
When you evolve from one animal to the next, you basically start over. Like you get no fucking carryover, no, here's an extra 1,000.
Pretty fast.
Cash it
I
in.
had 1,700 when I died. 1,700
Yeah.
XP, or when I evolved. I mean,
Yeah, and you had all this build up. You also had, what you invested. Like I sell a car, I'm going to get like a percentage of it. I walk through the door and suddenly I'm all brand fucking new, and here you go. I'm like, just gonna say that. Obviously, yes, I will play this again some point in time. It'll the itch will come around again. I'll be happy to break into it. So, with that, we're gonna do the hard part. We're gonna give it a number here. Does anybody want to volunteer first, or
I'll put it in there. I got a number.
okay?
As maybe if I finish the game, maybe my number will go up or go down. I haven't got crazy far into it, but I think the number I'm landing at is a 7.6. 7.6. It's a good, to me, above average game. Nothing that reached the top. Nothing that puts it in the 8s or 9s for me personally. C, do you want to piggyback off my answer here and kind of copy it?
perchance. I'm actually torn somewhere in the 7s. I don't know if I want to go higher or lower than you because I had a number in my mind. It wasn't 7.6, but I don't want to be too close. I think I'll land at a 7.4. A lot of similar stuff. I think the reason that I kind of am a little bit lower as well, just man, losing your money after at least trying to grind, it really hurts, man. It hurts. So I got to give it the 7.4.
Made him cry. Made him feel bad.
Not
I'm
feel
going to
good.
balance it out. I've actually been riding on this number all day. 7.5. It is a good game, like you say. It's better than average. But I also think we've hit the point of there's a lot of potential for growth in this. A lot of places it can go. I guess it almost qualifies as being retro. So maybe, like I say, I would point anyone listening towards Spore, but don't play Spore until you play this first. Only because it's can't take the step backwards. It just doesn't work out as well. I enjoy both. But like I say, this 7.5, and it's a good game. It's right there. It's worth your time.
Yep, that's a 7.5 average for us all, actually, now that we do that. If anybody's good at math, you probably would have known the 7.5 overall was coming due to Larry balancing it out there. But yeah, there we go. 7.5. It's a good VGR game on our scale.
Yeah, I mean,
Here we go.
I'm just a regular jungle Asian, man. I don't even do math Asian. That ain't me. So I got that shit put together. So
I will say, Kanye West once did say, "Now that don't kill me can only make me stronger." It's not always the case in this game, but if you're skilled at it, it could be. And by not always the case, I mean if I'm playing the game, but it is true to its words there. True to its words there.
all right, well, Prophet Kanye West has spoken. I'll probably go burn in hell for that. That's a Catholic upbringing again. Aiden, like I said, we're gonna take 2 weeks. What are we doing next time?
Guys, gotta take a 2-weeker for this because me, RPG man, RPG heavy draft here. We got a longer game coming in. Earthbound for the SNES. a really anticipated game that I really don't know much about other than it looks cute and is an RPG, and I'm Mr. RPG guy. So I'm going to have a good time playing it. Be sure to tune in. We might have the extra in between the weeks, but we are going to do 2 weeks in between for this game. It's a little bit longer game. It's kind of what we're going to be doing for the RPG section of the draft as well. Just as those games with life going on, with holidays around, with working, it just takes longer to play those games. And for us to give it a fair shot, it only makes sense for us to give us a little extra time to play it since it's an RPG. You know, it's not really a whole fair if CJ rates Earthbounds if he didn't make it out of the force and played 20 minutes of it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta give it a fair shot here. But yeah, check us out 2 weeks from now. Might have an extra in between it. Might see our faces just talking about some BS. Who knows? Come check it out. Come check us out. But in general, what should they do? See, what should everyone do?
Everybody first and foremost should be patient with us, as Aiden said. Aiden does have to now walk to work. So, everybody should be patient with us. It's going to take a little extra time out of his day, and we want to be there with him.
I got a bicycle.
Yeah, I mean, you know where to find us. Find us on the Instagram. Find us on the Facebook. Find us on the YouTube. Find us on the Spotify and every other single favorite audio streaming platform that you could possibly find us on. Give us a like. Give us a share. Give us a follow. Tell your friends and family, hey, holidays are coming up. You forgot to show us off at Thanksgiving. Don't worry, Christmas is around the corner. Show us off to your friends and family there. I can verify. Larry is a man of his word, and he does do that. So, and we gained a follower because of it. So, shout out, Kev.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah. Hit us up. Leave us some feedback. Send us an email at vgrpod@gmail.com. We're going to reply to you, and we can even answer it on the show. Somebody... let everybody know how good my opinions are on Star Wars. Let everybody know how much you liked this game, how great the games I've picked are. Give us some feedback. We'd love to hear from any and every one of you. Maybe we'll make merch.
Hey, it was getting towards the end of the year. I know that we ran through that Spotify thing that's trending through the world. We'll be dropping our stuff. Hopefully, you'll probably actually see it on our Instagram before you see it or hear these messages. But we know you guys are out there in other countries listening. Drop us a line. Google Translate works. It'll be fine.
Yes.
I want to hear from you too.
Yes.
So, other than that, you boys got anything else?
I don't think so.
Nada.
All right. Well, I guess then until we do this next time, I'm going to go play some Earthbound, and everybody out there be cool.
Peace.
Peace.